welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a few days vlog. We are back from vacation. We are going to be getting back into a routine, getting organized, and getting our together. So I got back from Hawaii last night, late last night. I feel so disoriented right now, like between the jet lag. There's a huge time difference between here and Hawaii, between the jet lag, between the entire day of travel. I just woke up like, where am I? What day is it? Like, what's going on? I was super disoriented. I still feel really weird. But anyways, we are going to be spending the day together today, just kind of easing back into a routine. Most of the time when I come back from vacation, I'm like, reset mode, let's go, work day, do all these things. And I really stress myself out. It's just like, it's not a good feeling. I just came back from like the most incredible, the most amazing, the most relaxing 4 days plus 2 travel days, but I'm not, Maggie's eating her breakfast in the background. I'm just not ready to like dive head in back into work and like routine, just like, I don't know. I'm just babbling, but all that to say, we're gonna be slowly easing back into a routine today, and I'm so excited to be vlogging again. You guys might be wondering where the Hawaii vlog is, and I'm sorry to say that there won't be one. I brought my camera, but I didn't bring a memory card, so I think it was a sign to just take it easy. But in this vlog, I do want to do like a little trip recap because we had the best time, the most amazing time, and I do want to tell you guys about it, especially in case you're considering traveling to Maui, or you're not sure, like you need to add it to your list because it was so amazing. I have some pictures up already on my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram here on the screen if you want to see some photos and follow me. That would be super cool. And while you're at it, you should subscribe to my channel. But anyway, that's my little intro. My hair is absolutely crazy. You should have seen it on vacation. It was Are you done? It was so frizzy on vacation. Hello, baby, I missed you. So I guess just like a little scene setting right now. I had a slow morning. My alarm went off at 7:15 because I don't know, like I heard that for the jet lag, it's important to just try and get onto your current time zone schedule like as fast as possible and not sleep the day away and like drag on the jet lag. I definitely could have kept sleeping for like hours and hours and hours. Still right now, I feel really tired, but I definitely want to like kind of break this jet lag as quickly as possible. So my alarm was at 7:15. I snoozed for like an hour, and then I just read in bed like you guys saw. I just got back from like an hour-long walk with Maggie. I went for a walk without my phone, with nothing, because while I was in Hawaii, I didn't bring my phone anywhere with me. Like I just left it in the room. I took pictures mostly on JS's phone. Sometimes I brought my phone with me just to take pictures, but it was on airplane mode the entire time. And honestly, it felt so good to be so disconnected. I know it's not really feasible in daily life to be that disconnected because like, you have family calling you, you have work calling you, whatever. But I think like for these walks and these moments with Maggie, I just want to keep up the habit of being more disconnected. So I went without my phone for like an hour. It was amazing. And now we're back and I'm really hungry, and it's 10 a.m. so I gotta get this day started. Let's move into the kitchen. The first thing we're gonna do is make a smoothie. So you know what, you guys, like when you're on vacation, you have, you have all this time to think, right? And one of the things that I was thinking about was just like the way I eat and what I eat, and like, how can I just eat a little bit healthier? I feel like I'm quite healthy, but I realized I really don't eat enough fruits and vegetables, and I love making smoothies in the morning. I'm not like consistent with it. So I was like, let me just kind of challenge myself to build a new habit of having a fruit and veggies, or fruit and like greens powder smoothie every morning. That way, 1, I'm starting my day with fruits and vegetables, and 2, I'm making sure that I eat enough in the morning, because sometimes like when I'm on the go, I find it hard to eat enough in the morning. So I'm gonna share with you guys my go-to smoothie recipe. I've been doing this recipe for like over a year now. And it's really easy and good. What I've learned through the years of making smoothies is that The more simple your smoothie, the better, because sometimes you just put too much in it and then it can become like hard to digest almost. Like I used to put every fruit under the sun and like spinach and like all this stuff, and it would be too thick, it'd be too much, too filling, and I'd have a hard time digesting it. We don't need to start our mornings that way. So my go-to is mango and strawberry. And I don't fill it with fruit up to here, because you have to kind of think like, if I was just sitting down eating a bowl of fruit, how much fruit would I eat? Maybe it's that much, but for me, first thing in the morning, it wouldn't be that much just because it would be too filling. So I fill it about halfway. Then I do half milk of some choice. This is almond milk. And then the other half water. Again, this stops it from being like so filling that you just feel like a slug after your smoothie. Protein powder is obviously optional, but I like it just to have some protein in the morning. From time to time, I will add hemp hearts just because, I don't know, they're good for you. So they say. And in here is spirulina powder. And this will turn it like a really nice shade of green. And voila. So this is gonna be my new daily routine. So you come home from vacation and normally the first step would be to unpack, right? Well, we don't have much to unpack because Air Canada, I don't want to say lost our bags because I feel like that's putting bad energy out there. Air Canada temporarily misplaced our bags, and very brief story time for you guys. So the flight path from Montreal to Maui looks like this. It's Montreal to Vancouver, so you're flying across Canada, and then Vancouver straight to Maui, so then over the ocean. So we flew carry-on only. We were only gone for 4 days, and I don't know, just checked bags is such a pain in the butt. You have to pay for it. It's just like, why pay to be tortured? Our flight from Maui to Vancouver coming home was a red eye. It was overnight, and honestly, I just slept the whole way. It was super nice. Wake up in Vancouver, very, very tired. Like that's really where the jet lag starts, because we landed in Vancouver, it was 6 a.m., but it was like 3 or 4 a.m. Maui time, like very, very confusing. We're at the airport. There are so many people. The flight from Vancouver to Montreal is absolutely packed. It's delayed. People are standing in line when there's like no reason to be standing in line, but there also aren't enough seats just like in the airport in general. And then they make an announcement saying, oh, like the flight's too full. Like anyone who wants to check their carry-on bags, like we'll be so appreciative and we'll let you onto the flight like early. So we're like, oh, like it can't hurt. Like I have this giant bag plus my carry-on, and this doesn't fit under the seat. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be nice and not take up 2 spots in the overhead. I'll check my carry-on bag. So JS checks his too. We get to like go onto the flight early, which is really nice because like I said, there were so many people. At the, like right before we step onto the plane, we hand the guy our suitcases. They're like ticketed, everything. We're like, here you go. Okay, whatever, no problem. We get off in Montreal, waited 2 hours for our bags, only to find out they're still in Vancouver. The guy just didn't put them on the plane. Like, I don't know what he did with them. He like threw them onto the tarmac or something. I don't know what he did with them, but they didn't make it onto the plane. So I will never be voluntarily doing that again. Like, that's so stupid. I was really upset yesterday. Yes, because of my stuff. Like I had brought some of my favorite pieces of clothing with me. And like, you know how I like, it's sentimental, but we had a disposable camera with us where we took so many photos, and that disposable camera is in the suitcase. And that to me is like almost more valuable than anything. Also my camera, I had a different camera, a vlogging camera with me. Luckily I brought my very old one, but it's still like, it's like $1,000 if I lose that. So there's like my camera but yeah, the disposable camera, some of the souvenirs that we bought, like were in that bag, and I'm just like praying. It's supposed to show up today. So anyway, that's my story time. But all that to say, I just have a few things in here that I want to take out and just put back into their homes. RX bars that we got for the plane. In here, I have some little Hawaii souvenirs, but I think I'm gonna save those for like when I do a proper trip recap later in this video. We have like my journal. I should journal this morning, honestly. Might help me feel more grounded. A mug, sleeping mask, cords, my sunglasses, my digestion pills. And yeah, I didn't travel with a laptop, which was super, super nice. First time I go anywhere without my laptop. Very liberating, highly recommend. Like, duh. And then in here, in the bottom compartment, chocolate covered macadamia nuts. So I'm gonna put all of those away, and then I'm gonna Swiffer the floors, because even though we were gone and even though Maggie was gone, there's somehow dog hair all over the floor. So I'm gonna just clean that up and, I don't know, start trying to get organized. I need to make a plan. Oh, really quick, this is just like random fun. I ordered a new purse. I ordered this from the Coach outlet. I'd had my eye on it for a couple of weeks. I got some good news right before leaving for vacation. So I bought myself this as like a little good news present summer bag. I thought we could just open it together. Let's do it. I got it last night and I was like, Zoey, like it came in the mail while we were away. I went downstairs to check the mail and I was like, Zoey, delay your gratification. It'll be so much more fun to open it on camera. So small and cute. So this is the Coach Nolita bag. Honestly, I saw an ad for it on Instagram and Coach just to me feels very nostalgic. It was really, really popular when I was young and like this print was like everything. It was this and then it was Michael Kors. It's perfect because it will fit like just a few of my cash envelopes and then like my keys and my wallet and stuff, my phone. And it's like a little shoulder bag like that. So yeah, I just thought it would be perfect for the summer. Honestly, I really love it. It's just like tiny and perfect, so yay. The culprit of all the hair. Came in the car to just have like a little drive and kind of get out of the house. I'm gonna go get groceries later, but before I do that, I thought it would be nice to just kind of break the ice with work. That was my intention for the day. Like I said this before I left, but basically what I wanted to do was have like a day on either side of the trip where I'm like not really working, like just maybe like finishing up loose ends before I left, and in this case like breaking the ice, checking emails, just like making maybe a brain dump of some of the stuff that I have to do, and then the next day being like a half day, a mostly work day, and then like a full-fledged work day. That way it's not too overwhelming getting back into the swing of things, because you guys know I get overwhelmed and anxious very easily. And exhibit A is that like just driving over here, I had a bit of a pit in my stomach. I have a ton of emails that need to be like checked and addressed. I need to get organized with so many different things, and as always, it's always a bigger deal in my head than it really is. Like I'm sure when I go sit down and do it, it's not gonna take me much more than an hour, but in my head it feels very overwhelming. So I told myself to help with that. I figured it would be nice to go sit in a cafe. And ever since I got my office, I very rarely will go work from a cafe because I'm like paying for an office. So why would I, you know, pay to go work somewhere else? But I still think it's a nice thing to do. So I came there's like a grocery store and there's some cafes around here. So that'll be nice. I'll see, there's like a bunch of cafes and they don't all always have room. So we'll see what's up. I also brought, I'm going to make dinner tonight from the Mandy's cookbook. So I brought this with me for the ingredients, but we'll do that after. Brought my new purse and it fits everything so perfectly. Like it fits my phone. I have my cash envelopes there. And then I brought like my work bag with my laptop and my journal. Like I literally brought everything. I'm like about to move into this cafe. I'm like, okay, step 1 is going to be journal. Just like a brain dump, how I'm feeling being home, blah, blah, blah. Step 2 is brain dump of things to do, put it in the agenda. And then I brought my laptop in case I have a video that I want to like finish up. It's like half edited. So maybe I'll get to that today. Maybe I won't. I have to check in with my budget. I'm like dreading that because budget, didn't know each other on vacation. I was just like, whatever. Anyway. So I'm stressing about that. But anyway, one thing at a time. Let's just go have a nice moment in the cafe. Success, because my key's not in range, it's right here. Successful little outing. I journaled for so long and it was really nice. I decided to write like a mini recap of every day of the trip, just so that just so that I'll have it for memory, and I feel like writing it down really like anchored in a lot of the memories. So that was really nice, just to like sit there and relive the trip a little bit. And then I did a brain dump and then I read a little bit. I did not open my laptop, which actually felt really nice. And I don't know, I just like, I feel like I had conflicting intentions for the day, because part of me is like, get back into routine. And then the other part of me is like, ease back into life, which routine is work and productive and blah, blah, blah. And like easing back in isn't necessarily routine. So I think I'm changing my intention for today to not be so much about routine, but just, yeah, easing back into things and getting settled here at home. So I'm missing 2 ingredients for the salad. One of them is broccoli, which I picked up, got to the cash, and the broccoli was like not looking good. So I was just like, okay, forget it. And the other thing is dried figs. So I feel like we can do the celery. I feel like I can do the celery without, oh my God, I said it again. I feel like I can do the salad without broccoli. I have E in my head from broccoli. I feel like I can do the salad without broccoli because I don't really like broccoli, but the figs are important. So I don't know, I'm gonna go find some figs, and my camera's about to die. So I will see you guys later. This is my very weird lunch. I'm having leftover spaghetti that we had from the diner last night when we got off the plane, and then half an avocado and some scrambled eggs with sun-dried tomato. And as I continue to avoid real life, I'm gonna read. I just came outside for a bit to face my dreaded laptop. Brought my book though, just in case, and I don't really know what I'm in the mood to do. I brought my headphones too in case I like want to watch a vlog or something. Maggie decided to join me. I got changed because it was pretty warm out, so I switched headbands so that it matches the new shirt that I put on. I think I'm gonna edit a video. I'm gonna like start editing it. I feel like it's better to just get going with something than to keep like dreading opening my laptop. And my emails, like I know I have a bunch and I want to like sit down and be focused while I answer them. So I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow because I'll go to my office and I'll do like, this is my email checking routine, okay? I have my 2 screens and I will have my emails up on one screen and then I'll have a vlog on the other screen because I like to watch vlogs while I'm doing like emails and that kind of work. So I'm just going to do it that way tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, today's been a really good day so far. I just have this like pit in my stomach on and off of like returning to reality. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm going to face reality right now. We're back in the car. I'm currently in the mile end of Montreal right now. This weekend is the Grand Prix here in Montreal, so the Formula 1. And one of a driver, an F1 driver, Valtteri Bottas, he organized like a cycling meetup here in the Mile End. So JS went to go do that. It was, I'm gonna expose him, but it was so cute. He was like shy to go by himself. So I was like, okay, I'll drive you there and I'll like be there when you like have to show up. So I'm just gonna take Maggie for a walk around here while we wait for him. But honestly, it's really cool. And I wish that like, I don't cycle and I'm not super into F1, but like I wish I could do something of the equivalent nature. Like if one of the YouTubers I watched did like a, I don't know, like a hot girl walk meetup. I know Sammy Clark does that and like it's super cool. So anyways, that's what he is doing. And I also, it was so random. It was so like fate, but I just dropped off a bed. So we got a new bed a couple of months ago, got a new bed, got a new mattress, and my dad was going to take the old bed frame, the like IKEA bed frame that we have. And then, so we were keeping it for him. Last minute, he's like, you know what? I don't want it anymore. So I'm like, thank you. So we've been holding on to that for, I don't even know at this point, like 2 months. And I sold it on Facebook today. The girl happened to live right next to where JS was getting dropped off to do this thing. So it was like, it was just so perfect. So that is what's up right now. This day has been absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I was really sad to come home. I cried a lot yesterday, like before it was time to leave. Like when we arrived, I was really sad to leave Hawaii because we just had the best time. But I feel like having this day to like take it easy and ease back into things, it helped remind me of the things that I do like about home. And like just, you know, vacation's amazing, but like it's not real life. And just reminding myself that like my real life is very good and I have a nice home, like a nice city and place to call home. And it's just like, yeah, it's just nice. So I guess all that to say, thank you for spending the day with me. Now, for anyone who's interested, I'm going to recap the trip a little bit, just talking, and I'll put some pictures up on the screen. I'm going to try and do this quick because I know it would have been so much better in a vlog if I could have actually brought you guys along with me. But if any of you are thinking of traveling to Hawaii, to Maui specifically, I guess, or if you've wondered if you should do it, if it's worth it, the answer is yes, you guys. Like, we went so far for so few days and it was 100% worth it. Maui is absolutely incredible. I didn't have much expectations except expecting it to be beautiful, and even that exceeded my expectations. I think going in expectation less was a good thing because everything was a surprise, everything was fresh, and every day was just a different adventure. We arrived at the airport at like 9 p.m. Maui time, and we just grabbed our car. The guy was like, it's 50% off if you want to upgrade to a convertible, and we were like, yes. And on the way, like when we got in the car, we were like, ooh, was that like a 3 a.m. decision? Because for our time it was 3 a.m. It was the best decision we could have made. It really enhanced the trip for an extra 80 bucks. Like, that was worth it. Like, we saved money on the hotel, we saved money on the flight, but that was worth the splurge, like upgrading the car, because you do take your car kind of everywhere with you there. So we drove in, it's pitch black. You look up, like we're in the convertible, you look up and you're surrounded by stars. The most stars I feel like I've ever seen. Like, it was just so beautiful. Check in at the hotel and just immediately pass out because we've been traveling all day. The next day we went for breakfast at a place called Kihei Cafe, and it was just so good. It was like this old school place. You line up, they serve you outside. I got like the bacon and eggs plate with pancakes with macadamia nuts on top. So good. And then we went to the beach and we spent most of the day at the beach. We saw a sea turtle like pop his little head out of the water, and that was really, really magical. Like, to see that on the first day, it was like, oh my god. And the beaches are just so beautiful, warm water. The waves are very manageable for the most part. Most of the beaches, the waves were like fine, like you felt, I don't know, comfortable and safe to swim there. And then as you're at the beach and you're looking out, you see like nothing but ocean, but also you see the kind of mountainous volcanoes that surround Maui, and it's just like a sight unlike anything I've ever seen. That night we went to, they have like this kind of high-end mall in, what I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, but like Wailea. That's how I said it in my head, but I could be wrong. But yeah, they have this kind of high-end mall, and I knew that there was like a discount on designer stuff in Hawaii. So we went to a few of the designer stores, and I was so close to buying a Louis Vuitton bag. They didn't have the exact one that I wanted, which is why I didn't buy anything, because it was 10% less than like whatever's marked on the website. And so I did the calculation, like with the discount and then with the exchange rate, I would have been saving money, but they didn't have the exact one I wanted, and I'm not 100% saved up for it yet. So in the end, decided not to get anything, because the other ones were like cute and I was so tempted, but it's like, no, Zoe, wait until you have the exact amount of money that you need and wait for the exact bag that you want, because it's expensive. So you need to get exactly what you want. So I'm really glad that I waited. But yeah, that was the first day. The second day we did the road to Hana, which was sublime. There are many stops places you can stop at along the road. The road itself is just breathtaking. It's known for being like kind of treacherous and a tricky drive, but in the convertible it was so much fun. We made a few stops. The two most notable were for the red sand beach, which we swam like in this little lagoon, and I just felt like a mermaid. It was so magical because the waves are coming in really strong against the rocks, but then there's this like lagoon on the other side of the rocks where you can swim in like slightly wavy, but it's just like going to a wave pool. Like you feel safe water, and that was super magical. And then we found a waterfall just past actually the city of Hana. So just past that, there was a waterfall that we pulled over and we swam in the fresh water, and like swimming on your back looking up at the waterfall falling down. It was such a magical like life bucket list moment. I was so happy. And then we drove home and we had just had dinner, and that was that for the day. There's not a lot to do at night, which honestly suits me and JS very well, because we're very much like morning people who want to go to bed at 9 p.m. So with the jet lag and then also just like the Hawaiian lifestyle, it was perfect. The third day, the main event was snorkeling. We didn't expect this, so this was really cool. Basically, if you drive all the way through Kihei and then through Wailea, you get to the like, it's a state park, and it's like the newest part of Maui because it's lava formations that created the newest land. There was a guide there who was explaining this, and yeah, she was explaining that like this is the result of a lava flow that created extra land on the island, and it's the newest land in all of Maui. So we had just pulled over. We were kind of like looking for a beach and we wanted to see the lava. It's obviously all like dry now, but when we got there, she was like, you can snorkel here. Like, do you have snorkeling gear? And we're like, no. She's like, it's a shame. So we drove back. We found a tourist shop, like an ABC. That's like their like touristy stores. We each bought a snorkel kit for $15, went back and snorkeled. It was breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. The fish were gorgeous. You don't need to be like an experienced snorkeler or an experienced swimmer even. You just float and you just look down and you see the coral and you see the fish, and it was so beautiful. And they're very like respectful of the ocean there, so there was like a lot of rules of just like what kind of sunscreen to wear and like making sure you don't touch the coral, which was nice. And yeah, so we snorkeled there. That was just like so impromptu. You pay $5 to park, and like that's kind of your state park entrance fee, and then we each paid $15 for these snorkeling kits, and it was so worth it. It was incredible. And then the last day we just did beach. We swam in the waves. We went to 2 different beaches. One was the Makena State Park and the other was the beach right next to our hotel. We stayed at the Days Inn, which I would recommend if you were on a budget. It's definitely one of the cheaper hotels probably on the island. The room itself is just bare bones. Like, you go in, there's a bathroom and a bed, and that's it. So if you're planning to be out and about all day, it's completely fine. The best part of this hotel, the service was really great, but the best part is that it's on the beach, and it's on a really, really nice beach. Like, you can just walk out, plant your towel. It's safe. The waves are good, beautiful water. Like, so to be that close to the beach it wasn't cheap because everything there is expensive, but for the most affordable hotel option, you can't complain. Like, it was perfect. That being said, if you do want to spend a little more, if you can spend a little more, I actually would, just because in the middle of the day, it's extremely hot, so hot that you kind of don't want to be outside, or you might want to go in and like take a rest, like read inside, and that hotel just doesn't really allow for anything other than sleeping. There's no like common area, there's no pool. So with that in mind, next time I don't think I would. I do hope to go back, but next time I don't think I would want to stay there. But that's my recap of the hotel. The hotel is in Kihei, which is an area I would recommend staying in because that's where there's just a lot of stuff and the restaurants and everything. But it was magical, you guys. It was so, so good. I'm really thankful that I got to go. I'm really thankful that we got those discounted tickets through that newsletter I told you guys about, Les Vols d'Alexis. Because if it wasn't for those cheap tickets, I don't think we would have gone. And now knowing what I know, I would pay more to go. The length of the flight, whatever, like, it was just incredible. Like, definitely feel like it was like life-changingly just a spectacular trip. So that is amazing. I just went on and on for quite a while about the trip, but that was that. So I just want to say too, like, thank you guys so much for all of the kind words on my packing vlog. Like, you guys were like so nice, like, enjoy. And I saw that while I was there, and it just made me really, really happy. And I was thinking about you guys, like, oh, I wish I was vlogging. Like, I want to show you this and share this with you. So just means we have to go back. But yeah, it was so good. So let me do like just like the tiniest little, I want to do a tiny book recap of what I read and show you guys my tourist stuff. Okay, so let's start with the book recap. I read The Song of Achilles, finished it in a few days. Incredible book. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I cried. It's beautiful, beautifully written. It's a great book, I think, to read on vacation. It's not super light, like, it's not heavy, but it's not light, which is nice because you really get sucked in and you get transported to like another world, which maybe you don't actually need when you're on vacation, but I just think it's nice because I'll always associate this with my trip to Hawaii. Just like I read another book by this artist called Circe. I read that in Colombia. So really good book, but you don't need to read it on vacation. Like, you just need to read it anytime. Amazing book. Then I started reading You Can Heal Your Life. I know this book, I didn't actually know until I saw some of the comments. This book is like a bit, I guess, controversial, and I see why, because yeah, it's like, all I'll say about this book is I think there's really good wisdom in here. I think there are really good pieces, and already from reading it, I felt empowered by certain things, but you have to take and leave certain things. Like, there's some things she's gonna say, like she basically says like, oh, if you if you have something wrong with your eye, it's because like you haven't let go of, you know, your anger towards your second grade teacher. Like I'm making that up, but you know, it's like, okay, like you don't have to take everything at face value from this book, which like, you know, whenever I read a self-help or anything like that, you have to use your own judgment and like trust your gut, and you just take what you like and leave what you don't. But there's a lot that I do like in this book. I think it's very positive, and I think, honestly, if I'm being real, self-love is definitely something that I need to work on. I can be very negative, very self-critical, and a lot of that comes from a place of fear and not enough, you know, not truly loving yourself enough. So in that sense, I think this book is going to be helpful for me. I plan on finishing it, and they recommend reading it cover to cover and then going back and reading a chapter a day and like kind of doing the exercises. So despite, you know, it has its flaws, I still think I like it. So those were the books that I read. Then I started reading Pineapple Street on the way back. It's a very light book. I'll tell you guys more about it when I finish it. I'm almost done. Let me show you. Oh yeah, this is Pineapple Street. It's a book about like rich people in New York City. So my favorite thing about Hawaii was the plumeria plants. Plumeria trees, I should say, everywhere, that they shed their flowers and you just pick them up and put them behind your ear, and they're so beautiful. They smell so good. So I just got this clip to kind of remind me. I was like putting one in my ear every morning, and so this clip will just remind me. It's just a silly little souvenir I'm gonna wear for my hair up like that. I got my sister and I matching keychains. My sister's about to graduate, so I thought this would be fun for like, I don't know, I don't know why, and like I just think she's gonna get a car soon, and that's not like a hint, sister, if you're watching this. That's not a hint that anyone's buying you a car. I just feel like you're gonna get a car soon. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that. But I got us matching key rings. They say Hawaiian, they have Hello Kitty on it. I just thought it was so cute. I got my dad. My dad is like the only person I know who, when you get him like a touristy shirt, he actually wears it. So I got him this. It says Aloha from Hawaii on the back, and I just thought it was like fun and pretty. And on the front it says Maui, and you guys are gonna laugh, but JS got himself a matching one. So him and my dad can be matchers. And then just for fun, I got myself a shirt as well. It says Maui on the back, and there's a sea turtle, which is perfect because we saw a sea turtle. So yeah, love this. I'm not usually a big like tchotchke or souvenir person, but there was something about Hawaii that just felt so far from home that like made me want to have souvenirs for myself and for a few people. We got these chocolate covered macadamia nut chocolates, and that's it. That's all the souvenirs except for this, which we got our luggage back. We got the disposable camera. Thank God. Honestly, I'm so thankful that everything worked out with the luggage and that it got back so quickly. So that's it, you guys. I am gonna finish this vlog with that. Hope you enjoyed my rambles. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. I love you so much. Thanks for getting back on track with me. I think I'm gonna start actually getting into a routine vlog either tomorrow or the next day, because we've gotten organized. Now we need to get into a routine. Alrighty, I love you guys so much. See you next time. Bye. Maggie, say bye. Say bye. Mom, you just talked so much in the car. Bye.